So I know the news for Space Marine 2 has been a little bit light since we got the announcement for the Space Marine 2 game with the amazing trailer, which I'll put in the background of the video now. We haven't really learned that much more about it, the story, what the game intends to have, but I have heard some rumors through a source that I trust that has stated that Space Marine 2 is going to be a big game. And when I say big game, I mean big game in terms of products, in terms what they aspire to make the game. Like, they want to make this a flagship product of the company. So let's jump in and let's talk about some of these things that I've heard. So the first thing I want to address is the partnership of this game between Games Workshop and Saber Interactive with Space Marine 2, because this partnership is more. It's going to be a lot bigger. And what I mean by that, if we look at other games like Battlefleet Gothic, Space Hulk Deathwing, the number of other 40k products that we've had with digital Warhammer gaming, we haven't had this, what they're going to be attempting to do with Space Marine 2. So for example, the source confirmed to me that they're going to be making models that is going to be referencing this game. So Captain Titus, for example, is definitely going to be getting a model for the tabletop. He's going to have rules. And when I say Captain Titus, I don't know if it's going to be Captain Titus or Lieutenant Titus. We don't really know the basis of the story and what they're going to really do with the character's rank or anything like that. I'm just calling him Captain Titus because that's how I know him from Space Marine 1. But of course, we all know that in the trailer, which again is probably in the background, he does have the Lieutenant markings. So yes, he's definitely going to be getting a model. I would probably say if there's ever going to be like more main characters in there, they will be guaranteed models as well. But as I've heard from the source right now is that Captain Titus is definitely getting a model when the Space Marine game launches. And this partnership is going to go into more stuff, so expect like t-shirts. I think you can already get some t-shirts and stuff like that right now over on, like, is it the Warhammer community merch website? You know, cups, posters, everything, the whole shebang. This is really going to be like a double-sided deal where they make the game and Games Workshop make all the other, other products to go along with it. Again, something that we haven't seen with Games Workshop doing with other licensed products that they've kind of done with Total War and stuff, but this is going to be like bigger and better than we've seen ever before. And just before we move on to the other things about Space Marine 2, I just want to say that I've actually heard that the actual Captain Titus model itself will be a jump pack variant, so a jump pack Primaris model, which then leans into the question about jump pack Primaris Marines. I know I've talked about this before on my streams and stuff, and it seems that I've actually been told that the jump pack Assault Marine Primaris variants, whatever you want to call them, I'm sure they're going to come up with a funky name, are already done. It's just a matter of when rather than if when they're going to release them. And when they do release them, I think it's of course going to be along with Captain Titus, hopefully before that, but don't be surprised if they drop the same time as Captain Titus and this Space Marine 2 model. Next up is actually the game itself and the developer of the game, Saber Interactive. Maybe not a lot of people have heard about Saber Interactive. They've done some stuff with World War Z franchise and stuff like that. I haven't played the games, but I've heard they're quite good, and a lot of people are getting excited with the Horde mechanic basically being brought over to that with the Tyranids and stuff like that, which again, hopefully that is an awesome thing that they actually managed to do. But I really want to talk about the financial aspect of this game, because I've heard that they're investing a lot of money into this game. Now, I don't know how true this figure is, but I was told at least £30 million is being put down for Space Marine 2. And the source said to me that is just the start. So I'm thinking, if you're investing £30 million, that is a big chunk of change. That indicates to me that this product is aiming to be a flagship product of that company. Because if you're investing that amount of money into said product, then surely they want to see a bigger return. coming back, right? That's just logical business. So if they're investing this much in there, sure, they're gonna have like a system in there which attracts people to play that game. So I'm thinking that the story is going to be taking it to next level. We all know how Space Marine 1 story was, and for me it was fantastic. Leandros, you know, all the demons, the orcs in there, everything that happened. It was a fantastic story. It was left on a knife edge, and of course we're gonna have that carried on now over in Space Marine 2. I'm hoping that we see the return of people like Leandros, maybe some old faces, maybe some new faces. You know, maybe we'll actually see a Primarch, a rebooted Gilliman, because this is the Primaris now. We know it's in the current setting of the lore, so potentially they could bring some big characters to the game and get a lot of people excited. The main thing for me, though, is the multiplayer. I think this is where the game is going to be make or break. And again, this is what I was told off the source. Please believe it if you want to believe it. If you don't want to believe it, don't believe it. They are going big on the multiplayer. How big, that is the guess. But I have a theory behind this on how big they're going to make the multiplayer game. Now, for those of you who remember a little game called Eternal Crusade, do you remember that little gem back in the day? Listen, Eternal Crusade was a disaster, but it was a fun disaster. And, you know, I'm only going to have good memories of that game because I met so many fantastic people, and technically this channel wouldn't be here without Eternal Crusade. So I really can't badmouth it that much. Well, I could, but I'm not going to, because I'm past all that now. We are through that. So Eternal Crusade got canned last year, if I'm not mistaken, and a lot of people have been trying to acquire the license for Eternal Crusade to try and restart the multiplayer. I know this because I was a part of a group that tried to acquire the rights for this, and we were told blatantly that no, you can't have the rights for Eternal Crusade multiplayer. They're not up for sale. You can't get them at all. And I think it's because of Space Marine 2, because I think Space Marine 2 is going to be that next big multiplayer game online that is going to have that type of vision that Eternal Crusade wanted, but they are actually going to execute that vision. Again, this is just a theory for me. So we're going to have those big multiplayer games. We're going to have those epic battles that we was sold for with Eternal Crusade, but Space Marine 2 is going to give us that type of content. Of course, I'm not too sure what type of the setup is going to be when it comes to the online environment in terms of armies you'll play. Of course, Space Marines, and I'm going to say Chaos Space Marines are going to be a part of it. I still have an inkling that Chaos are going to pop up a part of the Space Marine 2 storyline. Maybe they'll just expand on the Exterminatus mode with the Tyranids. Again, they kind of had that in Eternal Crusade where you could go and fight the Tyranids and stuff. Again, this is why my theory is all around this. They want to make it like a bigger, better Eternal Crusade. I'm sure they'll have like a customization shop in there. I'm sure they're going to have a ton of stuff for you to buy with like DLCs and maybe like a marketplace where you can like buy armor and stuff like that. I've always said I will always buy stuff if it improves the way I look. When you start changing things like guns and like, you know, this ammo gets extra damage and stuff like that, it only costs you $5 to get it, that is where I'm out. I don't support that type of stuff at all. If it's all about the rule of cool, I'm completely down with that. That's why I liked mostly the Eternal Crusade shop, because most of it was just cosmetic, and there was a little bit of stuff where, like with Abaddon's Grace, for those of people who remember it, which was just a lethal gun, which was, you know, basically a pay-to-win gun. So if they do keep it cosmetic, I'm all for it, but as soon as you start doing the pay-to-win method, then I'm going to start complaining and shouting in your face. So again, hopefully that is what they do, but again, that is just me and the way I look at it. They may not even do that. It could be completely different. I'm just saying, you know, they want to make the multiplayer big. They want to make this game big. They want to make it a flagship product. They want to make it, you know, a game that everyone will be playing. Is it got to be the next Call of Duty type game? Maybe I want that, maybe I don't want that, because, you know, I want the game to be a success, but sometimes when you have that kind of success, it brings a lot of toxicity to the environment. So there's a win and a lose scenario for everything when you look at like a big game and, you know, just the things it brings to it, let's just say. But all in all, I'm extremely excited for Space Marine 2. If I hear anything else, I'll make a video, talk to you guys, and just discuss everything I hear. Hopefully, within the next couple of months, we're going to be seeing some more stuff of Space Marine 2. I'm hearing they're moving fast with the product, and it's going smooth sailing at the moment. So again, fingers crossed, we'll be getting some more information, some more trailers, gameplay stuff. I know we got a little bit of it at the end of the last trailer. Clive is still talking all his lines and everything like that. Hopefully we'll get some more big names attached to the product as well. Anyway, enough waffling from me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything about what I've discussed today, post it down below and we'll have a nice little talk down there as we always do. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you now and bye-bye.